it all began on Saturday when two Olympic skiers by the name of Hunter Hess and Chris Lillis criticized the administration for what they're having ICE do to the United States. Now, Hunter Hess said this: "It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on and that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. I think for me, it's more I'm representing my friends and family back home, the people that represented it before me, all the things that I believe are good about the U.S. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S." He didn't even criticize specific things this administration was doing. He didn't call anybody out by name. Chris Lillis said this: "I feel heartbroken about what's happening in the United States, ICE and some of the protests and things like that. I think that as a country, we need to focus on respecting everybody's rights and making sure that we're treating our citizens as well as anybody with love and respect." So those were the two comments that set Donald Trump off. Those were made on Saturday. Apparently, he had to stew on it for a while. So Sunday morning, Donald Trump gets up and he posts this on Truth Social. "U.S. Olympic skier Hunter Hess, a real loser, says he doesn't represent his country in the current Winter Olympics. If that's the case, he shouldn't have tried out for the team, and it's too bad he's on it. Very hard to root for someone like this. Make America great again." A real loser that beat everybody else to make it onto the Olympic team. That sounds like a real loser in my book, right? And he didn't say he doesn't represent the U.S. He said he doesn't represent certain things that the U.S. is doing right now that the entire international audience is also against. So if you're going to criticize somebody, call them out by name. Try not to slander them, because I do think they ought to sue you for misrepresenting their words. Which, by the way, is absolutely something that you can sue people for, even if they're the president of the United States. I know it's a hassle. I know it's a lot of work. I know it's expensive. But for the love of God, can somebody please just sue these damn people for the lies they tell? Misrepresenting a quote by an individual will get you sued. Trust me. I know. So that is something that needs to happen. If we want it to stop, the people that are being smeared and slandered are the only ones that have the legal standing to file such a lawsuit. So I am begging you, any of you, doesn't have to be Hunter Hess, Ilhan Omar. I mean, the family of Alex Preddy, the family of Renee Good, anybody, Don Lemon, sue him, please. Sue Caroline Levitt, sue Stephen Miller, sue Kristi Noem, sue Pam Bondi. That's what they do. And it's worked out, honestly, pretty well for them. So I'm just saying, maybe we use their own tactics against them to beat them at their own game. That wasn't the only thing that pissed Donald Trump off. Also, during the opening ceremony on Friday evening, which I believe this is probably why Donald Trump was mad. He wasn't just mad at Hunter Hess. He's mad at the entire international audience, because during the opening ceremonies, the USA team walks out. You know, they're showing the people walking, and then for some reason, NBC, who broadcasted here in the United States, decided to cut to J.D. Vance. And so when they're showing J.D. Vance, what happens? Boos. Not subtle boos. Not, hey, I think they're booing. Loud, audible, holy crap, we've never heard it like this before. Boos. To the point where it got so bad that NBC censored it. They had to censor the boos and the jeering of Vice President J.D. Vance, which, of course, NBC denies. But if you read what all of the outlets are talking about, like The Guardian specifically, they're like, yeah, you can watch the international broadcast and you hear something different. When you compare it to the tape of NBC, you don't hear it. So NBC can deny it all they want. The footage side by side is undeniable. They censored the booing of J.D. Vance because it was so bad. And I imagine, again, that probably didn't sit well with Donald Trump to know that he is incredibly unpopular, not just here in the United States, but apparently around the entire globe. And there's nothing that Donald Trump hates more than people not loving him. And as I've said in the past, I'm assuming it's because mommy and daddy didn't love him, didn't show him affection, didn't care for him, until, of course, he started making money after his dad had to give him money. And then at that point, they're like, oh, okay, you've got money now too. Yeah, well, we kind of like you, I guess. But this is the classical, like, didn't get enough love from mommy and daddy, and now I need love, and anyone who doesn't love me and shower me with affection 24/7 is a piece of human garbage, and I hate them, and I hope they die. Right? Like, that's how he thinks. But the world is not hiding their disdain for him. And I love to see that, even if it is slightly censored here in the United States. So, and yeah, I will say the commentators on NBC, because I see a comment about that, they did remark on it. They were like, it's pretty bad. But we didn't even get to hear how bad it actually was. That's what drives me crazy. Like, I don't know why NBC would even do that. Like, just let people hear it. You know, let the folks in the United States, a majority of them, by the way, understand that everybody else feels the same way, that we're not alone. That actually could have been a good moment for America, knowing that everybody else feels the way that a majority of us do too. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.